with two gun cabinets on either side of the TV. When I got a little older, he showed them all to me. He talked like he knew it all, and I believe he did. He taught me how to be a man, but let me be a kid.
I wanted to show you a nymph that I've been using this year that I've been really excited about, and three new materials, at least to me, that I've been super excited about. Number one is the wonderful jig hook. The hook rides up instead of down, which of course means less snagging on the bottom. Doesn't make it snag free, but at least you'll lose a whole lot less nymphs. The other thing is synthetic quill. That's the name, Syn-Quill Nymph. This stuff is fantastic. This happens to be an olive. It is a marvelous material. If you're old like me and you stripped your own peacock quills a long time ago, you knew they were brittle. You'd have to doctor them up to make them work. They were tough to strip. This makes it easy, even with the current dyed synthetic quills. Still a whole lot less headaches with this. You do not get the body thickness though. Now that's the one drawback. But you get beautiful segmentation off of them, and they're so easy to work with and so inexpensive. It's wonderful. The last thing, and maybe my favorite thing, is Solarez. This stuff is incredible for anybody, time flies, that require a UV finish or even finishing off your knots. I was turned on to it by John McCoy, the Great West Virginia wet fly and Atlantic salmon fly tire. I don't think I'll ever be without it again. It's a marvelous material. It dries so quickly and so hard that it speeds up tying your flies. Okay, so to get started, we're going to use Uni 8/0 in olive. Of course, we'll be using olive synthetic quill. We'll use some brown cock fibers for the tail, and we'll also use some ancient hare's ear dyed olive that I've had for a long time and I'm about out, but it is super spiky and I love this stuff. I'm going to miss it when it's gone. Okay, we'll start this fly out by building up, well, trying to get the bead head in the right position. We'll build up a thread base behind that bead, lock it in there. This is on a size 14 hook, and that's a 3mm bead. Thread off. Keep working this. We'd like somewhat of a taper. It doesn't have to be an extreme taper. Mayfly nymphs are pretty daggone skinny, except in the thorax. One reason the pheasant tail's always been such a good nymph to use. So I'm going to strip off some of these brown fibers, and I'll make that tail approximately the hook shank in length. This light is playing havoc with my eyes. It's rained and been overcast today, so I'm using a lot of natural light here, because normally I like that. Okay, now I'm going to take this thread about 3/4 the way down, and then I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to take a piece of synthetic quill that I've already used part of, and I've cut a slight angle. I hope you can see that on the edge of that. I'll tie that in ahead of where I want the first wrap to be. Put it back up, and as I bring it back, hopefully will not affect my tail fibers much. There we go. So I've already tied one out of this. It's working with a little shorter. I could use my hackle pliers, but that would make sense, and Lord knows I don't make sense all the time. So we'll cut that off. Now what I'm going to do next is hit it with the Solarez, and you'll see what I'm talking about with how quickly this stuff dries. Yeah. And how much it does not like cooler temperatures. We keep our house 63 degrees. We do that in the summertime too if we could. We're just not hot weather people. But Solarez, I normally keep it in a cup of hot water to keep it from getting this thick. But it will thicken up on you if you expose it to colder temperatures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it all 2 or 3 seconds on this side, and you can, well, my light just died, so I'll use my other one. You can see this is not an expensive UV light. This is just a moderate UV. And that's dry. I can go ahead and dub this. This is not some type of UV that you have to set anything aside or wait forever to go back and dub, especially with a dubbing that's as spiky as this. You'd have a mess on your hands. This is maybe just a wee bit more. Do the good old-fashioned whip. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're done. That's all there is to it. I don't have my tool out here. I normally have a piece of Velcro that I would use. I do have a comb, mustache comb. I'll use that. This is called being unprepared. But that's the fly, the Syn-Quill Nymph. It makes a dandy little point fly if you're fishing a 2-nymph rig. Put it on the bottom, put another, like the KF Nymph 2 feet above it, and I guarantee you this is a wonderful fly to use. Also, if you get a chance, if you can find some size 18s, because those 18s are very hard to find, and when we get into the little blue wing olives, you're going to want those. I found last year that during the little blue wing olive hatch, even down to a size 22, they were still taking this in a size 18. So, before I leave you, I want to remind you, go to wvangler.com and visit. Great guy, great folks there, men and women. that'll be happy to give you the latest and greatest information on what's happening as far as West Virginia hatches and what streams are hot right now. Also, be sure, put some effort to join TU, that's www.tu.org, and put some effort in. Our streams are under attack right now. We're not really sure what's going to happen as far as water quality control. Join up, do some good. It'll make you feel better. You guys take care. Good seeing you.
He was a strong man, loved his family. I'm a man today, so he taught me how to be.
Want to buy a possum?